So I had somebody message me and complain about the difficulty of getting into tech. And I looked at their profile and it was clear as day that they had absolutely done nothing and knew nothing and had never done anything. And so one of the things that you have to understand is that right now, people who have been in the industry for 15, 20 years are still having difficulty getting jobs because of all the layoffs. And so if you are a newbie who's never done anything, who doesn't even have a GitHub, who doesn't have any code written, who's never had any successful projects, then you're at the bottom of the tier and it's just a skill issue on your part. Because I and other people might be the most how can I say this? We have experience that you don't, and we're getting opportunities that you're not to interview, but that doesn't mean that it's any better for us. Okay. It doesn't matter how good you are in this market. You can literally be somebody with 25 years of experience who's worked at Microsoft, who's worked at Amazon, who's been recruited by Google, who's had Facebook fly you out and spend time in that same hotel multiple times, and you're still going to get issues and random hiring managers that try to pull random crap because they think they can get a better deal, or they're just mentally ill and they want to leverage their insane craziness to try to make the world better in their mind because they're having mental health issues and they think that the random hoops that they want you to go through is good for them, and in reality they're just calling out the fact that they would be terrible to work for. The fact is, if you have not done anything, if you haven't worked on anything, if you don't have a single thing shipped to production, you are bottom tier and you need to go work on yourself. It's a skill issue on your part. You need to go out, find a problem to solve, find something to do, find pain that you can take away, and go build that thing. And if you're not doing that, if you're not knee deep in billing code and trying to understand how things actually work versus how you wish they would work, then why should I hire you? Because at the end of the day, yeah, someone like me, I would love to hire a software engineer right now. I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to do. But as somebody with the experience to write the code myself, what I'm finding is that there's a lot of people who want to get into the industry, but there's not a lot of qualified people. And if there's a lot of people out there that say that they're qualified, they're not. The fact is, there are people out there that are qualified that are looking for work. I would love to talk to them. But the fact is, if I go and I put up a job for a software development engineer, I'm going to get 200 applications within the first hour. 90% of them are going to be people from offshore and bots that I couldn't hire anyway. Because one of the things you have to understand right now is that only is America dealing with a tech crisis because of Section 174 of the tax code and how it was changed, but you're also dealing with the fact that people in other countries are stuffing the inbox of anybody who's hiring and actively trying to make sure that Americans can't find work because, from their perspective, they can't be held accountable for the applications for jobs that they know they can't get. And there's no down thing for them. Like there's nothing that they can be held accountable for. There's no negative for them if they apply to a job in America, because who knows, it might be that 1% thing where they get hired and then a random company's stupid enough to actually sponsor them. And so as a result of that, there's a lot of spam, and recruiters deal with this every single day. You have to understand that if you really want to be in tech, have a green card, have an American citizenship if that's the goal you want. But don't go out of your way to apply to jobs you're not qualified for, because quite frankly, I'm sick of it. I'm getting lots of people telling me that people are applying to jobs that they're not qualified for. And if you're not qualified for a job because you don't have senior level experience, then don't apply to it. You're just going to get rejected. It's just going to be a waste of your time. Instead, spend that time working on a project. Spend that time going out, looking for pain and suffering in the world, and finding a way where you can relieve it.